Hi there, door openers. Rachel Leah Gerson here of Doorway to Self, welcoming you to the video for the card of the week and also wishing you a happy belated solstice. I hope that yesterday was extremely fruitful for you no matter what it was that you were doing. Whether it was super low-key and you didn't even do anything to celebrate other than living, which is a huge way to celebrate, is just living. Or through super deep sacred ritual, or if you're at a retreat. I know a lot of people are hosting retreats right now. Whatever way you chose to celebrate, I hope that it was majorly insightful for you, or at least relaxing and restful, and that you got tons of self-care time, because that's really what I was easing into energetically. What I was kind of feeling from the solstice this year in general for people is just this time of deep nourishment and deep self-care. And when we think of the sun, when we think of the sunlight and all that it gives us, it really is a nourishing thing. And to have the longest day of the year, where that sunlight is there and present, whether it's raining or cloudy or blue skies or what, that sunlight is present and it's penetrating our skin if we're outside. That's just such a nourishing time. So as I said in the post, this card was gifted to me, and I didn't know what deck it was from, but somebody, actually a few people, commented, thank you very much to them on Instagram and Facebook, telling me which deck it is. So it's Gabrielle Bernstein's Universe Has Your Back, in case you're curious. And again, the card is, when I focus... I can't read backwards. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. And I feel like that's super, super potent in terms of what this week was. It was solstice, right? When I focus on my inner light, what is that? A reflection of the sun. Boom. So yeah, I think this is really just timely, as it should be. But in terms of, that's what yesterday really was. It's that simple message of focusing on yourself as the reflection of the sun, focusing on the light that comes from within you. And for those of you who know me, who've worked with me, who've gone to my workshops, etc., you know how I feel about this. You know how I feel that a lot of people are, you know, find the light, be the light, blah, 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 blah. And not enough people are really focusing on the fact that we're human and we have emotions that are a little bit more challenging sometimes, and we have experiences in life that have been in some ways excruciating or painful or scary as hell and really hard to trudge through. And so a lot of the time I feel like this idea of like, find the light, go to the light, is such a scapegoat, and it's such a way to, it's permission to leave your body, essentially. But when there's a balance there between the two, when there's recognition of all of the deep shadows in addition to the light that you can provide for the world and for yourself and for those around you and for nature, then that's when we're our strongest human selves, and our strongest light beings as well in that case, because the darkness informs the light. And so again, timely card, because we are going through a ton of shadow work right now. I posted an article, and if you haven't read it yet, doorwaytoself.com/blog. I posted an article last week, and then another article a couple months ago, and another one will be out probably in the next couple weeks here as well, about what is going on in the stars right now it's a little bit crazy. The planets are really forcing us to look at ourselves right now. They're really making us do the really big work. And so I love that this card came right now. And I love that yesterday was Solstice when this card of the week was up, because I think it's okay to give ourselves a break. And that's what this card is partially about. It's that simplicity. It's that time to just take time to just be like, okay, you know what? I recognize who I am. I recognize my inner light. I recognize myself as a reflection of universe, as a reflection of sun, as a reflection of divinity. And that's amazing. And this is why I'm doing the hard work. This is why I'm pushing through. This is why I'm trudging through. I'm taking my glasses off because we're getting serious here. Look right at you. What does your light look like? What does your light feel like? What permission do you need to give yourself to accept that you have that in you? And to accept that sometimes it's okay to say, you know what? I've been doing really big work. Whether it's emotional work or spiritual work or just work trying to live, right? Working a job or going to school or parenting or just trying to breathe. That's big work. It takes effort, it takes time, it takes energy. This card is about acknowledging yourself this week. Acknowledging your importance, acknowledging your deservedness to just be and relax and take care of yourself and enjoy life, and to refill your cup, to replenish yourself so that you can continue to go out into the world and do that big work, whether that big work is personal or for others or both. So, I would love to hear in the comments, how do you see yourself through the lens of love? What do you do to focus on your inner lights? What do you do to bring that out? I have a few different ways for myself that I recommend to others as well, if it feels like it's fitting for you, if it feels right for you. One of the things I do is I take literally 2 minutes and I just sit outside. Sometimes it's even less than that, 30 seconds in the middle of my day. And I just go outside and I connect with nature and I just breathe. That's one way. Another way is by, I'm going to sneeze, it's coming. I lost it. Did I lose it? I lost it. Another way is, and this is going to sound so cheesy, but it really works. If you don't believe me, check out Kristen Neff, selfcompassion.org. She has a book called The Gifts of Self-Compassion, and it talks about the actual science behind what I'm about to show you. You're literally just hugging yourself. Like I said, sounds really cheesy, but it works. And I actually like to take it a step further and try to feel into my entire body, taking the time to truly feel every little eyelash, to feel my earlobes, to feel my neck and my chest, to feel every little bump in my tummy, down to my toes, to my toenails, right? Really, really, really feeling into every single part of your body. And what this does is, firstly, it's extremely grounding. Secondly, you're giving a ton of love to yourself in this process. This isn't about, I don't like the shape of my nose, or oh, I need to shave, or whatever, which, by the way, you don't need to shave. No one's telling you need to, or maybe people are telling you need. Anyways, rant over. Bleh. What was I saying? Right. This isn't the time to be self-critical. This is the time to actually hone in on yourself and really thank every single cell in your body, every single organ for working. Do you know how much work your body takes to run on autopilot, like while you're just chilling and roaming through your day? It's working constantly. That takes a lot of energy and time and effort. And so just taking that time to thank your body for working. And even if there are parts of your body that maybe are not working, taking the time to thank them for trying, taking the time to thank them for healing, because they're in a healing process. If you start thanking them for healing, they're automatically in a healing process. And thanking the parts of your body that are working, because that will inform the part that's not currently working. Yeah? So that's definitely another way, and that's superbly grounding. It's a lot of gratitude vibration, and it's just a huge connection with yourself. It's a huge connection with yourself. You're really, really taking the time to feel yourself and to love yourself. And I guarantee you'll find your light that way. I guarantee you. And the thing is I mentioned the science behind it. It actually releases serotonin when you do that, which is essentially like the happy secretion in your brain that makes for happiness. And it releases dopamine too, which is basically cocaine. Like cocaine releases a ton of dopamine. And they've done studies that actually doing this holding, hugging thing, touching your skin, touching your body, skin on skin contact, releases as much dopamine as eating an entire bar of chocolate. So that's pretty powerful. Another way I want to talk about is just laying with yourself. When you're in bed, you just lay. You just lay and you thank yourself for being here, and you thank yourself for getting through everything that you possibly have. And you then go about your day, or you then go to bed. I like to do it in the morning and at night. So there are those two options. Or several options, I should say. Another way is by finding a crystal that resonates with you and pouring yourself and your love and your light into it. And that way, when you're having a challenging day, or you're going through some of the stickier emotions, or you're getting really down on yourself, you're starting to beat yourself up, whatever it is, you can hold on to that crystal and you can remember your light. And that crystal can help to inform you and remind you as to who you are energetically and why you're here and what your purpose is. Another thing that's super helpful is numerology. Your life path and birth path numbers inform what the purpose of your life is. And I know for me personally, learning those two things, what the purpose of my life was and how I was going to achieve that, were so meaningful. And I see this day in and day out too with clients who come in. When I do their charts, they're like, whoa. when we have purpose in our lives, it helps us to stay alive. It helps us to give meaning to life. And it helps us to give meaning to ourselves and to inform our light, inform us on what our light is, what is our purpose for being here, what is our light. So when you figure out what your life path or birth path numbers are, and I do charts, so you're more than welcome to get in touch with me if you're interested in that. A lot of the time what I'll do is I'll just, I'll be in a funk, or I'll be in a space where I'm not remembering what my light is. And I'll remember, okay, I am a birth path 3, which for those of you who know numerology, that's making a lot of sense to you as to why I do these videos. I'm a birth path 3, which is about communication. And it's my job, it's my purpose in this life to communicate. So anytime I'm starting to get down or lose my light or get too stuck in my shadows, I write, I sing, I channel, I do videos, I talk into my voice memos on my phone, anything that has to, I dance, I do myofascial unwinding, anything that has to do with creative communication, I jump into that and I do that. And it informs my purpose and it brings out my light. That's huge. It allows my light to shine. So what is your purpose? What activities do you do that allow your light to shine? And again, I'd love to hear that in the comments. So I think that's about it for today. But I just wanted to leave you with that. And good luck finding your light and loving your life and taking care of yourself and loving the light that you shine in the world, because you are worth it and you are here for a reason. And I'm sending you so much love. Rachel Leah Gerson, Doorway to Self.